These are just a few of the artifacts I'm going through right now. They are mostly quartz crystal, some orange, some white, some pink. Some of them have these inclusions. Very strange. This one here. Very strange stone. It does have 3 faces on this side. 1, 2, 3. And on this side it has that strange face. This is a serpent head. All been carved out beautifully. I think it was used as a warhammer and hafted. The serpent head. And they put symbols on them, triangles usually, and carved windows in for eyes. In the right light, a lot of times you could see maybe a green light coming out of the window of the eye. Very cool. That's an axe. Quarried right here. This is the type of white quartz we get here. Make sharp little tools and axes and hammers and very nice piece of quartz. You can see there's an edge here. This would have been put into a club, and that was the head on it. That's what that is. I wouldn't want to be hit with it. Some of the quartz I've been going through is orange. There's one here. It's got the shape to it. Very nice piece of quartz. Someone touched this many thousands of years ago and did some work to it and used it for whatever. I find that the orange quartz was special to the people here. They put it in special places and carved special things on it. And all of these artifacts, or a lot of them, were found in the field below the Serpent wall. And they were in great condition. They were under the field, and the field has not been plowed forever. It's just never been plowed. It's been for cows and sheep and grass, and that's about it. This was found up at the quarry, the big Indian chief here. Up at the top of the mountain, there's a white quartz quarry with giant boulders, and a lot of it's been taken out over the years. It was all covered up when I came here. I exposed it all and found Native American presence here. No one knew about. Nobody in the area knows about anything I'm showing you. It's a complete mystery who the Viper people were. Who these people were, what was on their minds. I think we can find that out. They were here doing things. That's one ancient carving right there. And if you can see what it is, you'll see how ancient it is. I'd say that goes back 30,000 years. And the other side, of course, is the serpent beaver. Somehow they made these eyes. There's the beaver. And there's the center of the stone. There's a temporal area. You'll find that in these stones. Excuse me. So this stone has a serpent and a beaver. It has this female figure in white quartz. Beautiful. It has this animal, the head over here, the back, the legs. You can see the eye carved into it pretty clearly. What it is, I don't know, but this is the back of the animal, back leg. And if you look, this animal's giving birth. There's a head right here, leg coming out. Stone shows birth. There's a head and a head. This would be the center of the stone, the temple part of the stone. And you can see there is a mark there. It's amazing. All in one stone. This stone was hidden in a cache in the serpent wall itself, with other stones that are just as amazing and have inlaid eyes, many of them. I keep showing that stone because it shows you how important the serpents were, and they carved them into their tools. And this would be a hammer or an axe or a weapon, and it would have been hafted. You can see the working end of it right there. A beautiful piece of stone. And there's a lot of small pieces of quartz and other types of stone. Some very cool looking pieces of quartz. And a lot of these were found, like I said, in the field, below the wall, the serpent wall, which makes it interesting because they were all placed there by somebody over the years. They're everywhere. Wherever you dig, you find them. And some of them have mammoth carvings on them, or elephants, some type of mammoth or mastodon. There's blue quartz that comes from the back of the mountain here. This is a piece of it. And usually there's carvings in it that are beautiful of the blue quartz. They bring it up from the back of the mountain and use it for certain things. This has a groove in it. It's a tool of some type. I think I showed this in a previous video. This blade scraper. It's got a curious cross on it. It's got this tool on the top. You'll see that maybe for pressure flaking. It's got a very sharp blade on it, and you use it like that. I mean, they made these things to fit. I guess they used them and kept them, and if you're going to put that much work into something so small, and you'd keep it. It's not going anywhere. It's nice and hard. You know what I mean? It's very hard. Got round stones, probably used in a tool kit of some kind. These shapes very common here, and the shape of the stone has a lot of meaning, and it was some type of tool or weapon or whatever they used it for. I don't know, but it's a crazy stone. This one here has that orange color to it. You can see the quartz in there. And for some reason the orange stone was very important. And I can say that because I find a lot of carvings in orange quartz that are quite nice, and the only thing you could use the stone for is to carry around. You wouldn't want to ruin it by banging it on other tools, other pieces of stone. A lot of these, they leave this part of the matrix in the quartz, and you'll see it here. It has something to do with the quartz. A lot of times there's finger and thumb holds that are made of this. They leave it in and wear around it. I'm not quite sure what that is, but there's a lot of stones that have it. You can see that one there. They carved around it. Here's one right here, and you can see that was purposely left there. It's where your finger or your thumb would go. It's a nice piece of quartz also. It's got some strange carving in it. It's been worn and rotted away for years and years under the ground. Anything that could oxidize and rust away did long ago. But you can still see carvings and tool marks. And what they used these for, well, different things. They didn't have metal tools. If they did, I guess they wouldn't have needed so many stone tools, which you find many stone hammers on the property, and little pecking tools made of stone, and tools that were obviously used to stone that was always obviously used to create other stone tools with, and flakes and the whole thing. And you'll see the marks on the stone. But quartz is real hard to make things with because it is so hard. Well, that's just some of them. And if anybody has any ideas, has seen anything like this up and down the Connecticut River Valley, or east or west, or even in Ohio, or even in the north part of Maine or Canada, there may be artifacts similar to this. These people had red ochre in their culture. There's red ochre mounds in the area, and there's a lot of iron oxide they used, stones that just crush up into an iron oxide. And these were pretty much, a couple handfuls. These were all one day's find. I went and picked them all up from the garden. I had removed them from the dirt earlier this year and left them on the ground and went out and retrieved them. Some of these stones I've had, like that one, and that one. That one came from the wall itself, from inside the wall, in a cache with another stone. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, we're going to show you this. This is the profile of a bear. Yeah, that's the snout. That's the nose, the snout, top of the head, the ear. And it's, if you look at this, this is the root right here of the stone. See that? Look at that. It goes right through the stone, and it's a bear profile. And I have a lot of bear profiles. I could recognize it, and it's been carved out just like that. And there's a sister stone to it that has a buffalo on it. See the eye? Check it out. See the eye? Pretty cool, huh? And that's been in the wall, I suspect, for thousands of years. And there it is. It's pretty big, too. It's a big stone. Nice piece of quartz. This is Jimmy up on the mountain, surrounded by serpent walls and surrounded by quartz, quarries and stone circles and corbelled chambers that are sold. They're sunk into the ground and very mysterious and hard to get into. Giant stones that have been carved and set up in the woods, lining up the horizon. Solar and lunar alignments. These people were into all of that. They had a whole culture and civilization long, long, long ago. But they were a serpent people. They liked snakes. And they used red ochre, and they painted their things with red ochre. See that? And they were here, and they left carvings themselves. They had beautiful talent